The moon is quite possibly the most important part that you can know in your chart. So in this video series, I'm covering what it means to have your moon in each house. In this video specifically, I'm talking about what it means to have your moon in your 9th house in astrology. You need to know your moon sign because naturally we are emotionally driven human beings, and we'd like to think we're logical, but in the end, none of us are. We are all driven by emotions. It's part of being human. Your moon sign tells you what emotions you tend to struggle with and what emotional patterns you tend to have. And your moon, that the house that your moon is in, tells you where you seek that emotional fulfillment. Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Isabelle and I help you understand who you are using personality typing and astrology. I do this because I was the person who did not understand myself at all for way too long. If anyone said anything about me, they called me calm, I would say, sure, that sounds about right. If I was energetic, I would say that sounds right too. I didn't understand who I was. I didn't understand what my desires were, and this led me to being unfulfilled for a really long time because I just didn't understand who I was and what I wanted. Then I discovered astrology and personality typing, such as the Enneagram, the Myers-Briggs, and so much more. And finally, things made sense for the first time. One of the things that, most importantly, that I learned that helped me understand myself and changed my life was my moon sign, because the moon told me what my emotions were and what I needed for emotional fulfillment. And that was just knowing the moon sign. Then I discovered the house that my moon was in, and I understood myself even better. Because the sign that our moon is in tells us what we need for what kind of emotions we tend to have. It's in a way the flavor of our emotions, so to say. The archetype zodiac sign that your moon is in will tell you how you kind of experience emotions, what emotions you tend to have, what your emotional patterns are, how grounded you are in your emotions. But the house that your moon is in tells you where you seek to fulfill that energy, what area of your life you find the most emotional fulfillment in. So in this video, I'm talking about what it means to have your moon in your 9th house specifically. Really quick before I dive into what it means to have your moon specifically in your 9th house, what are the houses in the first place? There are 12 houses in astrology, and they represent the 12 areas of our lives. The first house is identity, the second house is money. I have a whole video talking about the houses called WTF are the houses that I'll link right here that you can watch later so that you understand the houses better. But the 9th house in astrology is the area of our life that we all have that has to do with travels, faraway places, foreign people, foreign things, curiosity, and learning. Each house reflects one of the zodiac signs. That's how they were built. So the 9th house reflects themes of Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is the seeker, the chaser. They're always looking to the horizon for the next adventure and for the way forward. They're curious, philosophical, and adventurous. So these are kind of themes that show up in the tangible sense when talking about the 9th house. Any planet that's in our 9th house means that there's a connection to travels, to faraway places. We can meet foreign people there. We can find fulfillment from foreign people or foreign places. We become interested in higher learning. A phrase that is often associated with the 9th house is learning that shapes the identity. And that can be kind of confusing because what does that even mean? The 9th house is opposite of the 3rd house. And the 3rd house has to do with taking in data in the everyday reality. The grass is green. My friend Carl, my neighbor, has a dog. Stuff like that, where it's not necessarily information that serves our sense of self or makes us change who we are or change our beliefs, but it just gives us a grasp of reality. Whereas the 9th house has to do with information that shapes who we are and how we perceive reality. Subjective information, so to say, beliefs, philosophy, religion. So these are some themes that can come up with the 9th house. So what does that mean when applied to the moon sign? With a moon in your 9th house, you find a lot of emotional fulfillment through being curious and experiencing foreign places. You might be someone who has a travel bug often, whether that's going on a vacation to Hawaii or moving halfway across the country permanently. People with a 9th house moon want travel. They find fulfillment in travel. They find fulfillment in meeting new people as well. So these people can constantly find themselves wanting to experience new places or at least being fascinated by places, new places. If you're the kind of person who doesn't have the money or the time to travel, you can find yourself probably scrolling through Pinterest for hours looking at all these beautiful bucket list destinations thinking, why can't I go there? Why is it the only new thing I can experience is a new restaurant that's halfway down the street? People with a moon in their 9th house have a strong travel bug. They want to experience new things. And not do they only want to experience new places, but they also want to experience new people, because the core desire of a 9th house moon is curiosity and newness. They want to take in new information about new things and see from different perspectives. Again, the 9th house has to do with philosophy and beliefs and learning that shapes the identity. So people with a 9th house moon can find themselves trying to take in information or experience new things because they enjoy how it makes their mind feel. They like experiencing new things because it changes their perception of reality. Being in the everyday routine drives them crazy. They hate seeing the same people every day, doing the same thing every day, talking the same small talk. They want to dive deep. Deep conversations and philosophical conversations can also be highly fulfilling for these people because they want to talk astrology, philosophy, wrong word there. Because they want to talk philosophy, small talk bothers these people and they want to just learn more about reality itself. They want to question reality itself. They want to question possibilities. So what if questions are the way to go for these people, and they can find themselves asking others this question very often. So with every moon sign house that it's in, there's pros and cons. There's goods and bads. They have strengths and weaknesses. So the strengths of the moon in 9th house is that they're always going to be curious. They have big visions, big open minds. Depending on their Mercury will change how they express this, but they're very curious folks and they love to travel. But in the negative sense, these people might struggle with always hopping from one place to the next. After all, because they don't want to be in one place, being in one place can drive them insane. Maybe literally, maybe metaphorically. So these people are going to try as much as possible to jump from one place to the next. And what ends up happening is that they're always chasing the next best thing, thinking that the grass is greener on the other side, only to find that somewhere else is greener. And then the next is greener, and then that's greener. And they find themselves constantly hopping and feeling unfulfilled because nowhere is as good as they imagine it being. And why is nowhere just piquing enough of my curiosity? So what the 9th house moon should keep in mind is that curiosity and new perception doesn't necessarily have to do with a new place. It has to do with changing your mindset potentially. Maybe you can't leave your hometown that you're stuck in, but maybe you can change your perspective and see things from a different light. Maybe you can interact with different people. Maybe you can try asking different questions. These can bring a level of fulfillment to your life that you didn't know you were missing out on. The moon is a very interesting aspect to play with in our chart because it's our emotional fulfillment and our emotional patterns. So we need to fulfill our moon sign, but we also can't let it lead us in patterns and cycles over and over again. So it's something that is definitely need to be worked through with mindfulness. So if you have a moon in your 9th house and you find yourself constantly feeling unsatiated, I would recommend that you do need to travel for your fulfillment. You will need to be in new places and experience new people, but try to move at a slower pace in these travels. Maybe you can stay in one place seasonally. Maybe you can stay in one place for a year or a couple of years, and know that you always have the opportunity to change directions if you're unhappy. But let yourself also sit in that discomfort when you feel the need to just run, and see if you can find a little more enjoyment and bring your gaze a little closer down to the ground below you for more fulfillment. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment below and let me know what else you're struggling with as a moon in 9th house, and what is your sign combination with your moon in 9th house. Are you an Aries moon? Are you a Taurus moon? If you don't know what your moon sign is yet, go check out my series on our channel about the moon through the signs and find out more about that, because you need to know your house that your moon is in and your sign. Before you go look at that, go to the link in the description below to get my free birth chart workbook, where I walk you through the process of understanding the basics of your chart and actually applying them so that you can understand yourself and use astrology to your benefit to live a more enjoyable life. These are the journal prompts that I've specifically used to actually apply my chart. So grab the free birth chart workbook in the link in the description below. If you want to book a reading, I do offer 30-minute readings, and that's in the link in the description below as well. And if you're more of a workbook person and you enjoy the birth chart workbook, you probably want to grab my Making Mindfulness Fun bundle that has all 30 of our workbooks and courses for $30. So you have so many resources on astrology, Enneagram, chakras, you name it, in this bundle, and you have it for life once you purchase. It's an insane deal. Each course and workbook is only $1 by this rate. So grab the Making Mindfulness Fun bundle now in the link in the description below. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay tuned for more videos on the houses, the moon in each of the houses. And from my heart to yours, once again, my name is Isabelle, and thank you so much for watching this video with me today. Namaste.